I chose infantry in particular because it was very much what I wanted to get out of an army career. So I wanted to learn how to apply tactics, minor infantry tactics. I wanted to learn about weapons. I wanted to learn more about the history of the Australian Army, the history of the infantry. It's quite a good feeling when you can talk to someone from another country who's gone through very similar training to you. Yeah, that universal soldier of all trades sort of thing, that's what drew me to the infantry.
I'm from Ireland originally, so for me as well it's an opportunity as a driver to get out and about and see different parts of Australia. Yeah, I just wanted to learn some completely new skills. It's also an incentive for me to stay fit as well.
It's pretty much every Tuesday night and one weekend a month, and you might do 2 weeks of a training exercise every year, and you might go away for that to Shoalwater Bay or High Range in Townsville. Commitment is actually a little bit at your own discretion. You can chop and change depending on your civilian requirements and the requirements of the Army. It's a very livable kind of life.
One of the things that keeps me committed is the ever-changing role, that we have, and like there's new equipment coming in all the time. There's always updated bits of kit that we have to learn, and the learning never stops, and that's what keeps me going.
In my unit we parade also every Tuesday evening. There isn't necessarily a set weekend every month, but there are numerous training exercises throughout the year that we would attend. Also, when you're first starting out, you've got to complete your trade training. So for me, that involves 2 driver courses and a tactical ops course. So they each take approximately 15 days. So far in my 3 years, that's essentially what I've been concentrating in doing as well.
There's a lot of support for people and their families. And as far as career goes, most employers these days are upfront with helping defence members along, and there are also things like the employer support scheme. Gives employers an incentive for releasing defence members to their Army Reserve commitments.
It's really just a matter of being organised, and it's very rare for Defence to expect you to do anything very last minute. You know in advance if you're going to be on a course or if there's a 2-week exercise coming up. So it's just a matter of being upfront with your employer and giving them plenty of notice that you're going to want that time off. Yeah, being organised and planning, and obviously I've got support of my family as well.
Speaking from an infantry perspective, you are required to know a lot about your job, and you're also encouraged to do a lot of your own independent learning into it. You can learn from other units as well. Their level of knowledge just absolutely blew me away from some of the instructors I had and some of the other infantry soldiers that I've got to work alongside with. That was the most astounding thing. Sometimes
it gets a little bit challenging. You learn a certain resilience, you learn a certain belief in yourself to sort of just keep pushing forward. And I think that's one of the best things, one of the most surprising things for me, is that the Army encourages you to find that in yourself.
I've probably surprised myself more than anything, the things that I've been able to achieve, things that I never thought I'd be able to do, and like you say, even at the toughest moment where probably if you were on your own you would give up, but when you're kind of surrounded by this group of people, it pushes you through and you can achieve things that you really didn't think that you would be able to. The second thing that surprised me is probably the generosity of everybody that you meet. I work as a support battalion, so I'm very often meeting new people as I support different units. So you might have met somebody for the very first time, and then just how generous they are with their knowledge, with their time, with their thanks for the work that you're doing, and that has really surprised me as well.
You get a certain medical allowance, and you're able to join Defence Health and some other medical insurance companies. There's also the pay as well. The pay is tax-free, and it varies from job to job and different roles. So some roles will pay you a little bit more if you've got a degree, depending on what that role actually is.
Field pay.
Yeah.
You get more when you go out field.
Field pay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like the rougher terrain you work in, the better the pay is.
You actually get paid more sometimes if there's no showers.
Fair.
Yeah.
Just a touch on top of the tax-free pay, just for anybody who might be claiming things like family assistance, childcare assistance, that kind of thing. None of the pay that you receive touches any of those entitlements as well, so it's completely tax-free. On top of that, there's obviously the training benefits, all the new skills that you're going to learn, access to facilities, lots of very different types of benefits.